Your landlord is sneaking into your apartment and leaving bread and your lights on when you are not home. This is hilarious. First question, my landlord gave me 24 hours to get rid of my pet chimp Bingo. Doesn't Bingo have rights too? We can't just dump him off somewhere. Well, if it's a chimpanzee, you might be in violation of some apartment rules there, and it would be specified in the lease, and I'm pretty sure chimpanzees are not allowed. We can't just dump him off somewhere. I think Bingo's gonna have to find a new home. Next question. My rent's the highest it has ever been. Why isn't Trump doing anything about it?
He doesn't seem like a very bright guy.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think Trump controls the rents. However, when there's a strong economy, everything goes up in price, so maybe that's part of the problem. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see in 2020 if the rents go down. Next question. My roommate writes his checks out on the amount line, 450. And writes out 450. The landlord says he will no longer accept it. I think your roommate may need to use some proper English. I mean, at least for his landlord. I don't know if the landlord's a pretty straight edge guy, but that may be the issue here. 450. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do there. I think he should probably start using some better English, and I think he'll satisfy his landlord. I heard from other tenants that a lady in my building is doing psychic readings. I saw an ad she placed offering readings. My question is this amount to running a home business? I don't like the idea of psychics conning people. Can I send her a cease and desist notice? Well, technically it is a home business. P.S. I am looking at zoning regulations too. I just don't know if these psychic readings qualify as a home business and therefore a violation of zoning laws. Oh my gosh, I think they may need to do some stuff with their building. My apartment has a serious roach problem. Should I move out or sign a year-long lease in 6 days? Well, here's the deal. If you sign the lease and you haven't asked maintenance to come or pest control people to come, the apartments have this set up. But if it's a lower end apartment complex and you have bad roach problems, then you need to figure it out. I would go straight to the top. That's usually how we get stuff done is if you have a bad problem, don't talk to a leasing agent. Just go straight to the manager of the property. And they want to keep you happy, so they probably don't know about the roaches. That's something that you need to bring to their attention, and if they refuse to do anything, then maybe find other options. My landlord is coming into my apartment and leaving bread and my lights on when I am not home. What can I do about this? Your landlord is sneaking into your apartment and leaving bread and your lights on when you are not home. This is hilarious. What do you do about that? I mean, he's leaving bread and your lights on when you are not home. I can assure you any landlord that's worth their salt is not spending their free time breaking into their tenant's residence and leaving the lights on and loading up on carbs. That is absolutely hilarious. If you're looking for the real answer, the landlord actually has to give you written notice before entering the property. Depending on where you are, it's 24 to 48 hours, so they can let you know, hey, we're gonna be sneaking in, leaving the lights on, and eating bread. Next question. Okay, well, a few weeks ago, the apartment above me was raided with police because they were dealing drugs. He says, now I walked out of my apartment this morning and I found a fairly large bag of drugs along with a scale. Bags and a cell phone in the bed of my truck. My question is there some way I'd be able to get out of my lease for safety reasons? Because now it's gotten personal. I'm a single mom with 2 kids. Help me. If that is the case and your environment is this dangerous, you can file a suit. You can get out of your lease because you were in an unsafe environment, and if there's that much drugs going on, maybe you can. I don't know if there's actually a bag of drugs and a cell phone being left in the bed of her truck, but she says it's getting personal, so we'll see what happens with that one. That is That is definitely interesting. She is in an unsafe apartment. She goes, I'm a single mom with a soon-to-be 3-year-old. This has been way out of line. Well, that is not good. I think you should do something. You can get out of that apartment. Get into a better spot. All right, next question. This question is for people who rent apartments. Does your landlord provide you a lawnmower to cut your own lawn? This can't be real. I am renting an apartment and I was wondering if the landlord is the one who should provide me with a lawnmower to mow my part of the lawn. Or do I have to pay out of pocket for a lawnmower for a place I'm only going to be renting for a year? Buddy, you don't have to mow your apartment. Luckily, they have their own lawn care on site or a management company that does it for them. So you do not need to borrow a lawnmower or get one from your apartment because, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. He's asking for a lawnmower to mow his apartment. I can't believe this. Is it racist if I refuse to lease out my apartment to Indian tenants? Yes, if they are a qualified tenant. However, if they don't meet the lease qualifications, if they have bad credit, if they are breaking the lease, then yes, you can legally and non-racially refuse to lease out the apartment. However, if they are qualified tenants, and they meet all the parameters of filling an apartment, you will be fine. Well, not fine if they meet all the requirements. So don't be racist and not release to them just because they are Indian. Here you go, you get fined $5,000, and if they sue you, you will win. It would cost you about $45,000. Yeah, you don't want to get into the legal battle with that matter. So be a good person. All right, moving on. Next question. Moving out of an apartment and the landlord found minuscule bag of drugs. I recently moved out of my apartment and my landlord found a 90% empty, ridiculously small bag of cocaine left on the ground of the closet. I don't know how I got there, but I'm freaking out because I do not want to get in legal trouble for something like this. I left the place super clean upon leaving and somehow missed this. I have no idea where that came from. You kind of put yourself in a sticky situation admitting that it is your bag of cocaine. Maybe the cleaners left it there, I don't know. This answer came out of your coat pocket. You left a bag of coke, you put yourself in a bind there. What should I do with a tenant who says he doesn't have to pay rent because he's a free man of the land? All right, I guess this question comes from an apartment owner because he is a free man of the land. I like this guy. I think you should just let him stay for free. Your free man tenant is a sovereign citizen. If you don't know what that is, a sovereign citizen is a person who believes in the laws of the United States. The laws of the United States do not apply to him or her because federal law is a contract requiring mutual consent and participation is voluntary. So you got a guy that's not paying rent because he says he's a free man of the land. We'll just say you pay, you stay. If you don't, you're gone. What should I do with a tenant who doesn't have to pay rent because he's a free man of the land? Tell him your building ain't free and kick him out. Has anyone successfully sabotaged an appliance and a rental property to get a new one? James Smith. I don't think that's his real name. Yes, they have. I think you can do that, but is it morally right? Absolutely not. Maybe you and the free man of the land can link up. Has anyone successfully sabotaged an appliance? Oh my gosh. People do that though, they're shady. They break their appliances and say it's broken and when it's actually working just fine. It happens, man, it really does. Next question, if I find surveillance bugs in my apartments, do I have the legal right to destroy them? Buddy, I don't think your apartments, but one of my coworkers recently ran into a similar problem when flying to the US from our headquarters in Germany. Guys, it's 2019, not 1945. I mean, yeah, I think you have the right to destroy them. I mean, what are you gonna do? Talking to them real slow? Find surveillance bugs in my apartment. Do I have the legal right to destroy them? Call the cops, ask them, or better yet, just talk into them and ask the cops. Maybe they'll respond to you. My daughter bought an apartment. The contract is signed and she moved in. The agency called and said they forgot to take the Persian rugs out and want her to bring them back to their office. What should she do? Well, if she wants to be a nice person, just bring the Persian rugs back to the office. However, it's not her responsibility. She brought the property and it's the agency's responsibility if something is left in the apartment upon moving. It is not your obligation to bring it back to them, so the agency should pull their stuff together and go pick them up from her. What kind of person leaves the rugs in the apartments and asks the new tenant or owner to pick them up? That's hilarious. So that's all I have for y'all today. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us, Apartments Near Me. We're on Instagram. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions. And if you are anywhere in Texas, we will help you find you an apartment.